Hello everyone, my name is Thomas Ack and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to give you guys a special thanks of me getting me over 500 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. So I decided to make a little special video for you guys, and it's a Q&A video. As you guys see on my Instagram account and my YouTube, I put up a post of asking you guys to ask me any questions that you want, and I will answer them in this video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let me pull out the questions real quick. First question is from Jhene99. My question is, what made you want to start being a content creator? When I first started making YouTube videos, which is around June 2015, I originally wanted to show off to people of Shadow Yukigo's potential in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, because I feel like Shadow Yukigo was really underrated, and I feel so many people should not underestimate her. That was the first reason why I started to make content on my channel. But then when I slowly realized that I was starting to see people who upload videos on their YouTube channels and they get paid by it just by playing video games, I quickly realized that I wanted to do that too, because I really love and enjoy playing video games a lot. Started playing video games ever since I was 3 years old, and I just had a very high passion of playing video games, so I was like, why not? I should do it. Next question is from Muda, and his question is, what got me into playing BlazBlue? When I first heard of BlazBlue, it was BlazBlue Central Fiction, and I was somewhat interested in that game at first, mostly because of Rachel Alucard. But when I got my hands on that game and I played it, I'm like, wow, this game is very different. It's really hard for me, man, especially trying to learn to play Rachel Alucard. She's one of those characters that will probably take me months for me to truly understand how to play her. It'll probably take me just as long as it took me to learn how to play Yukigo from the early days of Persona, like Persona 4 Arena, the vanilla version. It took me months for me to understand how to play Yukigo, and it'll probably take me more than months, probably will take me a year to really understand how to play Rachel to her true core. So yeah, that's how I eventually heard of BlazBlue. And then when I saw BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle and I saw that Yukigo was in that game, I was like, I definitely gotta get that game. Next question is from Miguel. If you could change something about Yukigo's attacks and abilities in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, what would it be? And why you have that special love about that character? One thing that that's actually a really good question, by the way. One thing that I would change about Yukigo in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is I would change her 5A. Her startup frames of her 5A is pretty slow, which makes it really unreliable to use to match off against your opponent. It makes it really hard and difficult, because that means your defense has to be on par when you're playing Yukigo, because one, her DP is not that good in that game, to be honest, and two, she doesn't really have reliable normals to match out her way out of her opponent's aggressive offense. So I would change her starter frames over 5A. It has great hitbox, by the way. It's just that her starter frames is just so slow, which I really hate. Also, another thing that I would change, her ability, is her DP. see how like some of the characters like Narukami, Mitsuru, Akihiko, for example, their DP can punish anti-air. Yukigo's DP cannot, which made it very easy for people, especially for people who have a good understanding of Yukigo's matchup. It made it really hard to really stop your opponent's momentum sometimes, and when they get too aggressive on you, like Akihiko and Chie and Aigus, for example, it becomes really hard to stop the momentum since her DP can't punish anti-air. So that would be one change that I would do to one of Yukigo's ability as her DP. That's why I love Yukigo's DP in Blaze Blue Call type, because they made her DP anti-air punishable now. And why I have a special love for that character is because when I first met her in Persona 4, I immediately gravitated to her so much because she reminds me of myself a lot. I'm very reserved and quiet throughout my times in school, and still to this day I'm still very, very reserved and quiet, and I'm not really much of a social butterfly type. But once you get to know me and understand me, you will get to see like another side of me. Like you can see like my little crazy side at times, which Yukiko shows quite often when she's around her friends. She shows her weirdness and her craziness side to her friends, which reminds me of myself as well, because I usually do that with people that I'm very comfortable with. And that's why I really have a special love for Yukiko, because she reminds me of myself. Next question is, hold on. RJ, why is Yukiko your favorite character? Also some of your favorite things like color, food, YouTubers, place, etc. Yukiko is my favorite character because, like I said, I relate to her a lot, and I really like Zoner characters, which was a double points for me as well. That was back in the time when I was a teenager though, but I only because ever since Neapolitan came into Blazeable Cross Tag Battle, I've figured out high interest of playing rushdown characters. But back in my teen life, I always played zoners and always will play zoners when I was a teenager. What was the other question? Hold on. Favorite color, it would have to be either black or orange. I love those colors. Favorite food, I would say chicken Alfredo. That's one of my favorite foods. Favorite YouTubers, it would be Swoozy, Markiplier, Corpse Husband, Superwoman, Lost Girl, Jazzy Guns, Dwayne King, Jay from the Cub Scout, I like him a lot. Timothy Delgado. Who else? Dashi, I like him a lot. And I think that's it for favorite YouTubers. Another question is favorite place. I don't really have a favorite place, in all honesty. Well, my favorite place is to be in my house, to be honest. I don't like going outside that much, to be honest, no. I mean, if I like with friends, I don't mind going to the movie theaters or going to arcade, etc. But most of the times, I like to stay home. Last question is from Destiny's Choice. I have a question. Have you played Street Fighter V? I feel like Karen might be your favorite. I have played Street Fighter V before. I've uploaded one fight of me. Not one fight. I've uploaded a match of me playing Street Fighter V. Karen, I was interested in her when I first saw her release. Excuse me, when I saw her release into the game. And she was about to be my main until Minette came into play. I immediately fell in love with her playstyle a lot because it reminded me so much of Viola from Soul Calibur 5. So, I mostly was interested in playing Minette more than I played Karen, to be honest. I might go back to playing the game one day. I don't know when, but one day I might go back and play that game. And that concludes this Q&A video. If you guys have any more questions, you can just leave it down in the comments below and I'll answer them on there. And I'll see you guys later.